Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Michael Anand.
And I'm student meteorologist Natasha Del Cruz.
It's been very warm and muggy these last few days, but we are expecting a change on Thursday with the cold front arriving. I'm looking forward to that change.
I know, I'm
are
definitely ready for that change. I'm
Yeah.
ready for that sweater weather back again for Veterans Weekend.
Yeah, with those warm and muggy conditions we've had those last few days, we've started off with fog these last few mornings. Expect some fog tomorrow morning with that air mass still being in place, but by Thursday again, we're going to see a change in that air mass, some cooler, drier, and more seasonable air for this time of year.
And especially if you're driving, please be wary. I had an 8 a.m. today and it was very foggy and I almost got run over on Tennessee Street, so just please be careful for those crossing the roads.
Yeah, so now we're going to send it off to Alyssa with a look at the overview of our show tonight.
Thanks, guys. Tonight, right now, we're seeing our temperature sitting at 76 degrees, which might seem cooler than earlier, but we are sitting with a very high humidity in the oppressive range at 74%. And we are going to see that in our radar, we are seeing very clear skies in our area, while we do see this cold front sweeping through just north of us through the Carolinas, and that is going to be affecting us later on, which we will see. And we can see this in our 3-day forecast. Tomorrow is looking a lot like today in that very oppressive region we can see that 20% chance of rain throughout the next 3 days. But we are going to cool off, seeing those temperatures in the 70s, low 70s. And tonight we're going to be very muggy with 64 degrees. And then heading our weather headlines, we're going to see rain chances on the way with a very, very cooler week to come. And Veterans Day is just ahead as well. Back to the desk.
Thank you. So not much has been happening throughout severe weather throughout Tallahassee, but we are going to talk about severe weather, especially in the Midwest.
Yeah, they've had, actually on Sunday they had 14 tornadoes come through the Ohio, parts of Ohio and parts of Indiana.
Yeah, and I know most of them were EF1s, which is not very severe, but they had a few EF2s, which starts to go up the scale, making it a little bit more severe.
Got you. Yeah, apparently a cold front came through, and when that cold front came through, it brought in some severe thunderstorms, which then turned into tornadoes, which brought large hail up to 3 inches. So those are some pretty damage in diameter. Yeah.
Yeah, which is very large for hail, especially. There wasn't many injuries, thank goodness. There were only 8 injuries, but something to keep an eye out for. I mean, tornadoes can happen anywhere, even in Florida. You know, we don't have basements, but there are other safety precautions we can take note of as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Something to keep in mind if a tornado watch or warning is in the area is find your way to a sturdy building. So not a mobile home, try to find a building that is built into the ground, and particularly the interior part of that building. So something that doesn't have windows. That would be your best bet.
Yeah, I know tornadoes can roll over mobile homes. I mean, there were a lot of reports of damage. I saw pictures of chimneys that toppled over. But just keep an eye out for tornado safety in the future.
Throughout the entire region. And now I'm going to be taking us over to the wall to look at some local weather. So for today's almanac, we sat at 84 degrees, which was just around the record, a little bit below. We're certainly above the average though, so it was a little bit warm today. Our low for the day was 57, so again, that was not near our record. That was right around average, just a little bit above. For our current conditions, we're sitting at 76 degrees and partly cloudy with a dew point of 67, so it is feeling a little bit muggy at the moment. For our humidity, we have 74% humidity, so it is feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but our wind, we do have a little bit of a breeze at 7 miles per hour. As we go into our current temperatures, as you can see, Tallahassee is sitting at 76 degrees. Quincy is up at 75 degrees. We're sitting in about the 70s, the low 80s throughout the entire region, except for up in Valdosta, where we're sitting at around 70, so a little bit underneath. As far as our satellite and radar, things look pretty clear for right now. So going into the rest of the night, we just see a little tiny bit of clouds, but nothing that's going to impact anybody's plans. As far as our current winds, we don't really see much of a pattern throughout the entire region. I mean, as you can see through the entire Big Bend, there isn't one wind direction that seems to be the story. So here in Tallahassee, we have about 7 degrees coming from the south. I mean, 7 degrees, 7 miles per hour coming from the south. But in Quincy and Bainbridge, just north of us, they're not seeing any wind at all. As you can see on the sand, we do have some really, really nice conditions. It's going to be pretty sunny tomorrow, so if you do want to go to the beach, keep in mind that you will need sunscreen, but there will not be a ton of surf, so it should be a nice day to spend at the beach. And it will also be a nice day to spend boating. As you can see for our sailing forecast, we're seeing waves of 1 to 2 feet, so around the same thing that you see right on shore. It's going to be mostly sunny tomorrow, so if you are lucky enough to get outside on a Wednesday, then absolutely take advantage of this nice weather. As far as we go into our tomorrow's forecast, you can see that showers are possible after 2 p.m. So like I said, if you're boating, it's going to be a nice day in the morning, but maybe in the afternoon we might see a little bit of rain. It's going to be partly sunny, so it's not going to be too windy. It should be a nice day overall. And for our 7-day forecast, we do see a pretty nice forecast. As you can see on Wednesday and Thursday, we have a little tiny bit of a chance of rain going into Friday, but the weekend looks beautiful. For Veterans Day, we're seeing 73 degrees, which is certainly comfortable, and some comfortable lows as well. We're seeing down into the 50s and even the 40s. So this is the fall weather that we've been waiting for. And our highs Saturday through Tuesday look really comfortable as well, like all in the 70s, so the beginning of next week should be pretty much beautiful. If you have any plans to spend some time outside, that should certainly be a possibility for the coming week, and I'm gonna send things back. Oh, just Sammy, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Emily. Don't worry about it. So we're going to take a look around the whole Florida coast. Not much will be happening tonight. It will be pretty warm throughout right now, but it is going to cool down throughout the night. We're seeing temperatures right now around 77 in Tampa, all the way down to 80 over in Miami, and up to 76 degrees in Tallahassee. But throughout today, not much happened on our radar. A little bit of clouds passed through our area, and we're expecting similar conditions for tomorrow as well. Current winds pretty much in the low 10s. All the way to Miami, we're seeing about 8 miles per hour, and Tallahassee 7 miles per hour, all the way up to the Bend area 6 miles per hour. So staying around 6, 7, 8, other than Orlando, around 3 miles per hour. Not much winds for us right now. Our current dew point, starting to get into that uncomfortable stage. We are 70 in Fort Myers and 73 in West Palm Beach, going down all the way to 67 in Tallahassee and even 65 degrees in Pensacola. And what that means is it's pretty uncomfortable right now. It's more common for us to be in that comfortable range, but it isn't quite oppressive yet for us. Our water vapor level, we're seeing some dry conditions in the southern half of the state, and a little bit more moist, a little sticky right now in the north half of the state throughout all of today and a little bit of yesterday as well. Tonight's forecast, we are seeing temperatures around 67, 66 in Tallahassee, 64 in Jacksonville for your northern half. And in the south, we're seeing temperatures a little bit warmer, 74 in Key West and 72 over in Miami. But Wednesday's forecast, we are going to be seeing some sunny conditions throughout most of Florida. Up until the north, we're seeing some 84 degrees in Tallahassee, even some chances of rain over in Jacksonville. But now we're going to take a look at the desk with some events we have this weekend.
Yes, Sammy, we have a ton of events coming up this weekend, and we are going to start out with on Saturday with the Caribbean Dance Festival in the field.
Yeah, it will be November 11th. Definitely a cool thing to check out. That's at Railroad Square. Have you been to Railroad Square?
I have not.
Okay, so it's located on Gain Street. Very cool area to check out. I encourage you to check it out as well. Plenty of events go on there almost every weekend. So that's a cool thing to check out. Also on Gain Street, we have the Gain Street Fest, which is from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Wow. And if you want tickets to that, you can check out bandsintown.com. And it should be a good time. They've got an assortment of music, assortment of bands. So
tons of bands throughout that whole night, actually.
yeah, so it should
2 a.m. I mean,
should cater to anything that any kind of music you're looking for.
Yeah, definitely a cool thing to talk about. Also, November 12th, we have pop-up flea market.
Yeah, and that's hosted by the Community Thrift Market. Should be interesting, you know, check out some vendors that come and see what's there.
Yeah, definitely. You could find a lot of cool things there. And support Tallahassee action grants. So, pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Also, we have Artisans in the Garden on Saturday at 9 a.m. So I think that lasts throughout the whole day.
So if you're into gardening, definitely check it out.
Yeah, so plenty of events to check out this weekend. And we also have the fair.
Yeah, that continues on through Sunday. And that is located on Paul Russell Road, and it's about 3 miles away. So
yeah,
definitely check
a lot
that
of
out.
rides, a lot of food.
Have you been?
I have not. I want to. I have to go this weekend. I mean, I don't have much time left.
Yeah, I haven't been either, but I've heard it's a good time.
Yes. I know Dylan went. He got his corn dog. Hoping to get some cotton candy later this weekend. Hopefully I'll take my roommates.
Maybe a funnel cake.
Yes, maybe funnel cake even. Check out some cool rides. There's plenty to do at the fair.
And Veterans Day is coming up. It's actually on Saturday, even though we get class off for it on Friday.
Yes. Are you doing anything Friday?
I haven't planned anything yet, but I definitely need to take advantage of that no school day.
I know. I have a quiz that was canceled. Yay! So I'm happy. So maybe check out, go to the beach. I mean, we're going to have some good weather.
Definitely.
The next few days as well. So tons of cool things to check out.
Yeah, and we're going to send it off to the wall right now to Michael.
Thanks, Sammy and Alyssa. So currently in Tallahassee, we're at 76 degrees. That sun has set just before 6 o'clock, so we're going to start cooling down from here on out until tomorrow morning at sunrise. Our dew point is at 67. This has increased quite a bit since the last week or so, and you can tell that mugginess in the air. The humidity is also at 74%, and the reason for that mugginess, the winds are coming from the south at 7 miles per hour. When we look at the temperatures across the Big Bend and South Georgia, you see it's 76 here in Tallahassee, 78 here in Mariana, and we have cooler conditions along the coast at 72 and 74 at Caribou and Apalachicola due to that sea breeze. The satellite and radar is showing nothing much. It's been like this for the past week. Not much cloud cover, very clear conditions across our area, but that's going to start to change tomorrow. We're going to start to see more clouds across our region due to an upcoming cold front. And for tonight, expect clear conditions, and it will cool down gradually to those middle 60s, and expect some fog to develop tomorrow morning due to this muggy air, like tomorrow, like these last few mornings. And so you have to be cautious on the road when you're going out to school and work tomorrow morning. For tonight, 64 degrees, muggy conditions will allow some fog to develop, as I was saying, so be cautious on the roads for tomorrow's morning commute. And for tomorrow, we will warm up to 83 degrees. This will be the last warm day of the week. And expect some showers after 2 p.m. due to that approaching cold front. And when we look at the next 7 days, you can see by Thursday, it'll start to cool down due to that cold front. But very pleasant conditions for Veterans Day at 73 degrees. Much more seasonable averages for this time of year. Let's give it off to Charlie with a look at the nation's forecast.
Thank you, Michael. That was very good look at our what's going on around us. Current conditions across the country, as you can see, there's really only one area all the way up here in Montana, Billings, Montana, that doesn't have some sort of cloud coverage. You see Memphis looking very dark with those with that amount of clouds. Miami, they're going to expect some rain tomorrow. You see those clouds. So pretty much cloudy conditions all the way across the country. You see over here towards Denver, we see some snowfall coming, as well as in the upper Northeast in the Boston, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania area. Satellite and radar, you see this stream of moisture moving all the way across from the Pacific all the way across, bringing all this moist air and dumping it off in areas like Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Boston, Massachusetts, New York getting some snowfall, a little bit further south they're getting that rainfall that is cooling them off and keeping their cloud coverage pretty high. Again, see over here in Denver and Colorado, we see the leeward side of the Rocky Mountains. They're getting a little bit of snow as a low pressure system is developing right over that area as well. And here's this upper level moisture chart. So we can see that this real moist air coming all the way across from the Baja, Mexico, and moving its way all the way across the country, bringing lots of rain, lots of moisture. You see that it's sort of tailing off a little bit further south towards Louisiana. This whole area is expected to keep getting rain for the next day or two while these frontal systems move through the rest of the continental U.S. 24-hour temperature change, you see Billings has gone up 15 degrees since this time yesterday. Lamar, just 1 degree lower. Albuquerque, 5 degrees lower. New Orleans actually on the plus side, +2, a little bit warmer than they were yesterday, as well as Detroit. But take a look at this East Coast. We see Washington, D.C. at -27 degrees. So that's 27 degrees colder than they were at this time yesterday. Boston, not nearly as severe, but they're at 16 degrees. That's what happens when you start getting that snowfall. Current dew points, we see these, you see San Antonio very down south at 65 degrees, and moving up you see the numbers gradually dropping off as those fronts and the colder air is moving down from the north. Current winds, we see these mostly southward, bringing that cooler temperatures, and you see the opposite change of direction. That would be indicative of some sort of a weather event like rainfall or snow that area is experiencing. For watches and warnings, we see over here, excuse me, over here on the East Coast, we've got gale warnings as well as flood warnings in Tennessee. Tonight's forecast, we see pretty scattered temperatures. Kansas City 29 degrees, Memphis 47, New Orleans 68, San Antonio 57. So looking like a pretty scattered day across the country. But now we're going to send it off to Emily, and what do you think about this?
I mean, as someone who is from the New England area, I'm from near Boston. I have seen snow this time of year, but it is definitely a little scary, the fact that I might be going home to some really cold weather. I'm not ready for that.
Right, yeah, and hopefully the snowfall isn't too severe to where they start delaying airports, start canceling flights. But that's not looking like it's not going to be the case for this.
Good. It's really good to hear. It looks like the whole United States seems to be getting some precipitation at the
That's
moment.
right. They're the upper Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Oregon, Washington, that area. They're expecting a lot of moisture these next couple days, as well as getting into us the next couple of days as these frontal systems start moving forward and moving through the rest of the continent.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't cancel anyone's weekend plans.
That's right. But currently we're going to send it out to Michael out at the wall for a look at what's going on in the southeast.
Thanks, Charlie and Emily. So across the southeast, we currently have a cold front situated across the northern Georgia, northern Alabama, and central Mississippi. And actually, in Atlanta today, we tied our record high again. It was the second day in a row they tied their record high in Atlanta. That's how warm this air mass has been for the last week. Here in Tallahassee, we're at 76. But you can see the cooler air up to the north and west because that cold front has moved through, with 53 in Little Rock and 61 in Tupelo. As I was saying, when you look at the satellite and radar, you can see where that cold front is. It is not having a lot of rain and moisture associated with it. And we're not expecting much moisture with it on Wednesday and Thursday when it moves through the panhandle of Florida and South Georgia. The 24-hour temperature change shows you that where the cold front is situated, we have a 14-degree drop from this time yesterday in Tupelo and 18-degree drop in Shreveport. The current winds show you that we have warm southerly winds surging ahead of that cold front, and we have those northwesterly winds behind that cold front. And the watches and warnings shows you there are some flood warnings up here in the Nashville area, and we do have some coastal advisories up in towards the Carolinas and the Mid-Atlantic, but nothing much really to speak of in terms of watches and warnings. For tonight, expect lows in the 60s across Alabama, Georgia, and Florida and South Carolina. You can see the cooler air is situated up in Mississippi, Arkansas, and northern Louisiana, with 49 in Little Rock and 53 in Shreveport. Tomorrow, you can really see where that cold front is situated, with cooler conditions up in Atlanta and Montgomery at 65 and 68 degrees respectively. Here in Tallahassee, expect some more clouds to come as that cold front starts to approach the region, with 84 here. The sunny conditions down in central and southern Florida with 86 here in Orlando and in Miami, and 83 in Key West. So now we're going to send it back to the desk with Charlie, and we're going to talk about some local sporting events here at Florida State this upcoming week. Right, Charlie? That's right,
Michael. Tonight there's a men's basketball exhibition game against Thomas University. That's here on campus.
Yeah, I'm planning to going to that exhibition game right after the show. Looking forward to see how our team is set up for this year.
That's right, and taking a look into the weekend, we have a very big game coming up against Clemson. That'll be actually in South Carolina.
Yep, that'll be in Clemson Saturday at 3:30. We're not favored. We're like huge underdogs in this game, but I really expect this to be a close game. Clemson's one of our biggest rivals, so expect it to be very close this weekend. Weather's looking good for that.
That's right, and then women's soccer, they have a game upcoming against Ole Miss, who is, I believe, 9th in the SEC, while Florida State's sitting at 7.
And I think this is the first round of the NCAA tournament, so it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you see those temperatures, 54 degrees at first touch. So,
yep, 54 degrees, and when we move on, women's basketball, they start their regular season on Friday against North Florida at the Tucker Center.
That's right, and the FSU women's softball team has a couple of games going on. They're going to be playing in Marietta, Georgia. They actually have a doubleheader on Friday. A couple exhibition games, get the season ready, get the season going.
Yeah, and then women's tennis, they have their FSU all-conference showdown this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Should be pretty good weather for that.
Yeah, hopefully this moisture will come quickly and get out of the way quickly and not ruin anybody's weekend plans.
Yeah, it's looking to be a great Veterans Day for all the sporting events around campus. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm actually going to be playing some golf on my day off on Friday. I'm looking forward to that.
There you go. I know you don't miss a chance. I know you don't waste any of that weather.
Yep, I have to take advantage of this nice weather we're expecting starting on Friday. Yep.
And something else is going on in the sports world. Today, I'm a pilot. I'm a huge baseball fan. Today, Roy Halladay passed away in a plane crash.
That's pretty tragic.
His plane crashed earlier today in the Gulf of Mexico. He was the only one on board. He leaves behind a wife and 2 kids. Great man, great baseball player, and thoughts and prayers are with everyone involved with that.
Yep. So we are actually going to send it off to the wall again with Sammy, and she's going to give you a last look at your local forecast.
Sammy, what do you got? Make sure she knows I'm on one. Okay.
Our dew point is 67 degrees. Humidity at 74%. Not much in our area right now, but light winds 7 miles per hour coming out of the south. We will have temperatures very similar to it tomorrow. And let's look at our satellite and radar throughout today. Not much going on throughout our area. We had a little bit of cloud coverage come through, but not much throughout the Big Bend area. Our Gulf index is sitting around 3, and that is due to the afternoon rain possibility. We have some moderate temps. It will be mostly cloudy, but That gives us a 3 for tomorrow, so it may not be the best day to go golfing, especially in the morning. You're going to have increased cloud chances like today, actually. Tomorrow's outlook, 83 degrees. It will be partly sunny. We'll have some chances of rain, only 20% chance of rain. Showers possible around 2 p.m. tomorrow, so make sure you have an umbrella if you're going to class tomorrow because you may end up needing it. And Tuesday's highs, we're going to be sitting around pretty much 83 degrees throughout the Big Bend area. 84 will be in Perry, all the way into 81, 82 for the edge of the coast. Pretty much in the low 80s, we'll be very comfortable outside. And what does that mean to wear? Probably a rain jacket because you may need it for tomorrow and even maybe Thursday. Pack an umbrella because you do have that chance of rain. Friday, you are going to have some overcast, so make sure you have a t-shirt because it will be warm outside. But other than that, not much will be throughout our radar. And let's look at what is to come. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when the chance of that cold front will be coming through. 20% chance of rain for those days. You can see the temperature difference from 83 degrees jumping to 73 degrees, all the way down to 72 degrees, making way for a beautiful Saturday and sunny. With that low of 51 degrees, will be kind of chillier in the morning, making way through quite a beautiful Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, sticking around some similar temperatures. Around 46 will be that low for Tuesday, so make sure you have a jacket because you may need that. Now we're going to take it off to the desk.
Great job out there. Not exactly looking forward to this rain these next couple of days, but I am looking forward to those lower temperatures. How about you?
I am definitely looking forward to some lower temperatures. I'm ready for fall over summer.
Yeah, that's. I'm definitely looking forward to. I can't wait until we get some frost advisories. So we have to start being concerned about bringing our plants in, making sure you don't leave your pets outside. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to actually being too cold when I open the windows at night.
Definitely, and we can look forward to that starting on Thursday, at least lower temperatures than what we've been seeing.
That's right. You see, after the rain, after that frontal system passes on fully on Friday, you see those lows getting into the lower 50s, upper 40s at the start of the week. Should make for another beautiful week of weather, at least for walking to class, getting to and from your car.
Definitely, and a beautiful day on Saturday for Veterans Day. Mm-hmm. And are you doing anything?
Well, it's Veterans Day, so barbecuing, right? That's the first go-to. That's my plan. But if you can't make it to the barbecue, you can at least follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather.
And like us on Facebook.
That's also at FSU Weather. But for tonight, just wanted to say thank you for watching. I'm student meteorologist Charlie Bowen.
And I'm student meteorologist Alyssa Bergoglio. Have a great night.
Have a good one, guys.